This here is my first real MOC ever, and this is supposed to be Hogwarts, made more accurate than it is in the movies. And it's based on a design by Harper Robertson that I found online, which when I saw it, it was I just saw these images like this, and I wanted to see what it would look like if I built it up in Lego. So I did, and well, it started a year ago, but I haven't been working completely for all that time, but I've been working on and off during this year, basically. So, well, maybe the first thing you see is that I put the Quidditch pitch here, I put Hogsmeade here, and here's the wall, and that's all inaccurate, but I just put them there because it looks good. Like, they're all supposed to be on the other side of the lake, other side of the castle. But anyway, it's the castle that's really as accurate as you can get it, and it's based on his designs, Harper Robertson. And I tried to follow it as closely as possible with the towers, and although I did use my own imagination to shape them up, and I also added this portion right here, this wall, the little gate. I added that because I felt like it made sense to me that they would be there. And I think it made sense to him too, but he kept it open, maybe because it's not described as being there. But I think his design definitely suggests that there's supposed to be a wall and a gate there. And it also makes sense for it to connect the different portions. But yeah, it's it definitely makes a difference for, like, from the perspective of a castle with actual defensive functions, for there to be a wall and a gate. And I even included machiculations here, which, yeah, don't think I could have done that any other way, really. But yeah, you can see straight through the holes there. And well, maybe a closer look first at the buildings here. I'll take them away in a second to look at the castle more closely, but anyway, I like the design for these bleachers from the movies, so I kept them the way they are in the movies. I did make the hoops slightly different, like they're in a different order. In the movies they have the tallest one in the middle. But anyway, the lake is also much smaller than in the movies, and well, that's based on basically book descriptions. Like, at one point they're described as walking around it several times, and well, can't be too big then. Although I think this might be a bit too small. So yeah. Anyway, Hogsmeade here is also not really accurate. I was going to make it just one street, but then the way I made these buildings, it just made more sense to put them in clusters like this. So yeah, that's basically what that is. And right here you can see the gates. Tried to make that look like flying boars, but really on this scale you can't really make it too close, but yeah, they look like bugs to me. Anyway, here's the Whomping Willow. This is the Freaking Shack right there. And yeah, made sense for me to have those kind of close together. Like, even though, like, I guess maybe they're not supposed to be that close, but anyway, there's supposed to be a tunnel between them, so I don't know. Anyway, here's a small tentacle from the squid. And yeah, I used a few different designs to make trees. And yeah, nothing fancy. These are huge. So this is basically like, yeah, I just had some fun with it. But this is where the forest where they walk towards the boats in the first book and go to the boathouse across the lake, you know. Didn't make a train station, but just imagine it being here somewhere. I like the idea of the Hogsmeade train station to be close to Hogsmeade instead of they being on different sides of the castle, even though that is what it's supposed to be. But anyway, yeah, I just kind of crammed everything in here to have it like all fit in one frame basically. But yeah. Alright. Oh yeah. I also made it slightly modular, so yeah. This part right here actually fits with the castle like this. And this way, you could kind of imagine the lake being bigger, if you want to. And yeah, you could just have the boathouse be over there instead. But yeah, these steps, I like using these pieces for stairs, and yeah. I also tried to leave as few studs as possible bare. Wasn't much I could do about the grass and the water and the sand here, but basically everything else, all the other elements are basically smooth, except you can see the windows. And basically studs too. But anyway, let me see here if I can just focus in on the castle for a second. All right. So, yeah, I used these little pieces to lift it all up, and like if I want to, I could place some minifigures in there. Maybe the ones from the actual Harry Potter sets, but haven't put them in yet. Either way, there's this whole design by Harper Robertson. It's basically, you have 3 central towers, and then you have 8 outer towers, like this. And, well, here's the astronomy tower. I added this huge stargazing thing, and it was inspired by the Game Boy Color games, how in those, if you go all the way up to the astronomy tower, there's this huge device up there, and well, I just put one up there. Looks good to me, even though like it's ridiculously oversized. This here is Gryffindor Tower, and yeah, I basically just used whatever pieces I had and just put them together in a way that I thought was interesting. This one here is Ravenclaw Tower. Trying to make it a bit more artistic, and yeah, it's definitely prettier than the Gryffindor Tower. And yeah, this is the North Tower right here. So this is where Professor Trelawney would be. Here's the Owlery. And here's Dumbledore's office. Now this tower right here is actually, it's not specified as anything in particular, but I had some gold pieces that I felt could fit in at a tower, and also this golden snitch. And that gave me the idea that this could actually be a trophy room tower, even though Harper Robertson doesn't place it there, but I figured it fits. So I kind of came up with that as a creative design. This green thing here is not, like all the other towers are not specified by me or by him, but at the bottom of this one there's actually Classroom 11, Ferencz's little forest there, where he teaches divination. And you can see into the library right there. I'll get to that shortly. This here, in Gryffindor Tower, you can kind of see the common room. There's the portrait hall, and the dormitories have doors leading up to them. So yeah, very basic, but I just put that in there. And then we have a bit of an interior here. So we got the entrance hall with the hourglasses, which are also like super big, oversized, but I think that's as small as I could ever make them. Marble staircase in white, the great hall with the house tables and the staff table. That's supposed to be the hospital wing. And in here we have the library. This is another place where I actually made some differences from Harper Robertson's designs, and I actually made it 2 floors, which is also inspired by the Game Boy Color games. But they actually have the library be on the 4th and 5th floors. He just has it on the 4th floor. Oops. But anyway. So here you can see there are some bookcases, tables, and that's the restricted section down there in the corner. At least that's how I made it. There's a bigger table too. So, yeah. Oh yeah, and then there's also... I'll leave it. This here put some stairs up there. Kind of show like how it could be like they can move up and down in the towers like this. If they had stairs going up and down, maybe in the 3 towers that are closest to the entrance. That made sense to me, at least. So, yeah, that's that. Now there is also something interesting. Whatever. Below. Let's see here if I can pick it up. Without breaking it. Use 2 hands. We have the Chamber of Secrets. Going down the pipes. A little bit of an S there. Like you have the corridor here and then there's an S shape. For Salazar Slytherin, of course. Down there's a scissors again to use as snakes tangling up. You have the basilisk in there. Statue of Salazar Slytherin, as well as the actual like pillars, snake pillars going up all the way to the ceiling. The way it's described in the books, or book, really. Here we have Slytherin common room. I just placed it next to it, and actually made it in a similar style. And right here we have Devil's Snare, room with the keys, chessboard, room with the troll, room with the potions, and a room with the mirror of Erised. So yeah, from the first book. And yeah, that's basically my design based on his designs. And I made this thing just because I wanted to see what it looked like. And it took a year, so wow, it's pretty intense. Either way, if there's one thing I could change, I'd like to shift the whole thing maybe 1 stud that way, to have this wall be a bit less flat, but that's the one thing I'd change. If I could. But yeah, that's it for this little review. Yep.